I didn't have a great song for this one, but
It's all right. Good morning and welcome back into Mornings on Main Street with Chris Yao. Thank you to
he's
all of
back.
thank you to all of the folks who were able to kind of step in on short notice, as it was just about a little over a week ago that I was able to welcome into the world my second daughter,
Ooh.
Chandler Elena Rose. So glad to have her, and so glad to be back with you guys here on Mornings on Main Street. It's been a while, and I'll tell you, I've missed you guys. Definitely missed you guys. But thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure to take off some time and spend with the family and get to give some time to the new baby and all of that. But I am back, and at least for a couple days anyway, as Thanksgiving is just around the corner.
So what is? Or sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and of course, Justin, who is always alongside us as we take a look at Nissan Stadium.
Yeah, how about it? Yeah, I was going to ask. So, what is a new father to a new baby, new addition to the family? How does Thanksgiving go for a week-old person?
It doesn't. So, and it's really unfortunate because literally as long as I've been alive, I have spent Thanksgiving at my grandmother's house. It is my favorite holiday. It's the one holiday that I give Christmas to anybody else. I don't care, like whatever. But Thanksgiving, I'm going to my grandmother's. It's her favorite holiday. It's my favorite holiday. And I've spent every Thanksgiving there for as long as I can remember.
Oh, that's cool.
Unfortunately, not able to do that this year because, obviously you don't want to have a week-old baby around 15, 16 other strangers. You don't know where the kids have been. RSV is pretty bad this year. So kids are in school. It's we talked about that on the show not too long ago, actually, so it's kind of tough. And it really stinks because I'm going to miss that. But what we're
not going to go there, right?
Yeah, we're not going.
I gotcha.
So what we are going to do, thanks to our friends at Grecian Family Restaurant in Spring Hill, they each year for the last, I think this is their 4th year, maybe their 5th year, I'm not sure. They actually do a Thanksgiving holiday meal where anyone who either can't get to a family gathering or is, maybe they're underprivileged, or anybody who needs a Thanksgiving meal, they will provide you one.
Wow.
In the Spring Hill, Columbia area. So if you are in the Spring Hill and Columbia area, I know, I think Joe actually had Frank on last year during this time to talk about this. And it's a really cool thing. And they do a fantastic job making sure it gets done. And if you need it delivered, they deliver it to you. Well, guess what? They're actually going to bring us, and my mother-in-law will be here as well. So we're going to have 4 Thanksgiving meals delivered to the house, one for Charlie, one for us. And
pre-made, or they're not pre-made, right?
Well, so yeah. So what they do is they actually cook everything, I think the night before.
That's awesome.
And then they'll serve it up all day long, just about from, I think, 11 to 3
all day
on Thursday. And so,
shout out to the people that like work, like actually run the turkeys, or just really a whole company for doing that. But, just the people that, because I'm sure it's hard work even getting those out.
Oh yeah. They have folks who are, volunteering their time to deliver, volunteering their time to serve, to basically wait on tables. You can go with your family and sit at the table, or I think what they do is they have their booths, but they also take their regular tables and just put them into large, into long tables so that everybody kind of gets to sit with everybody. It's really a community event. It's really, really neat. Nice. I love that they do it, and really appreciate the fact that they're going to, keep us from having to worry about cooking Thanksgiving dinner, because, one with, 3 people, it's really not all that difficult.
Right.
But, we don't want to have a whole turkey or anything, but,
another flightless bird, by the way.
Yeah. They're everywhere. gotta
I'm
be.
beginning to wonder if there's even birds that fly.
They're all CIA agents.
Now they're on to us. They're about to come beat me up.
But yeah, so that's kind of that's what we'll be doing, and I'm upset. I'm not gonna lie. I want to be in Montgomery with my family, with my
Right.
grandparents and my aunts and uncles and cousins and all of the people that end up being there. But this will be fun. This will be a unique thing for us, and I'm glad to be able to share it with you know with my little baby and my wife and my mother-in-law. It's going to be a good time. So
Yeah, that'll be fun. Just Chandler, is her name correct? Just hold it over her head, and then
I miss Thanksgiving for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you always
I
have
need
that.
you to understand this. You decided to come, early and
Exactly.
made me miss Thanksgiving.
So
So
you
I
have to
need you
do
to
it whenever I say it, and she's not going to say anything because she can't talk yet. But
just hold it overhead at all times.
there you go.
What time do you guys normally eat Thanksgiving?
So usually my dad gets started pretty early, like around 6 or 7 in the morning. So we have it around 2 p.m. probably, maybe noon.
That's the right time. 2
Right.
p.m. is the right time. I just
Yep.
need to throw that out there.
I love it.
Because from 11 to 1, you can do like the snacks. I don't know if you guys we have snacks.
Snack.
So
Like on the way to it. Yeah.
Well, no. Well, we always stay the night before, but
Well, I mean,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I meant like on the way to the turkey eating.
Oh
Like,
yeah, so like we've got maybe a cheese ball and some Jello salad, which is weird because we're white.
I've never even heard of Jello
It's
salad.
definitely a white people food, by the way.
Yeah, no kidding. I really genuinely have never heard of that.
It's basically Cool Whip Jello and like a little bit of cottage cheese and some pineapple in there.
Okay, that sounds good.
We really call it pink fluff because it's just a fluff. It's a pinkish color because we use strawberry or cherry. I'm not sure. I think it's cherry Jello.
Gotcha.
So with the Cool Whip, it just makes it pink. We just call it pink fluff. It's delicious.
Cool Whip. I like pink fluff. That's a good name for it too.
It is, right? It's just fluffy and it's pink. What is it? Well, what does it look like? Well, it's kind of fluffy and pink. Well, let's call it pink fluff.
Exactly.
Done.
PF.
But yeah, so like I love the snacks ahead of time, the spinach dip and all of that stuff. That
Man,
goes with
French artichoke dip is that one too.
Yeah, I mean, those are the things that I look forward to the most. Like I love the food, but
Yeah.
have you started having to cook a dish yet?
No, so my sister and my dad, they have their jobs, or they like to take over and do it. They have it as a bonding experience. So who am I, right, to take that away from them?
You cannot.
So I just can't. So me and my mom, we watch the parade and, we mingle about. So I don't know if I'll ever have to. Obviously, like down the road when I grow up. I'm just kidding.
My dish is corn casserole, which is kind of like a
okay. That's not bad. I like casseroles, honestly. Anything.
Well, it's really more of a crock pot meal. Seriously,
Right.
if you ever just want to be like, hey, I got you guys. Let me just throw this one thing in there. It's 5 ingredients. You just throw it all in the crock pot, mix it up, turn it on, let it go.
Exactly.
And it's like everyone loves it.
Watch it.
No one hates it because it has Jiffy Mix in it, so it's a little sweet.
There you go. It's like Nutella on anything.
You throw the Jiffy Mix in there, a can of kernel corn, a can of cream corn, butter, sour cream, mix it all together, turn the crock pot on, done.
That's awesome.
It's delicious.
It sounds like it. I cannot wait to have that. Actually.
And that's what I am tasked with bringing each year. I used to be the cup guy. You ever been the cup guy? Yeah, that's never good.
Bad.
That's when you can't cook though.
Yeah, you're like totally involved in the meetings and the preparation for seeing who gets what, and you're like, hey man, I can do something more this year.
And they're like, you know what? We really like those cups you bring though. You always bring the best cups.
What's that Family Guy where they're talking about, they do the skits or the takeaways. He goes, it's just like whenever Ringo writes a song for the Beatles and it flashes and it's like, oh, Ringo, we're going to put it right here on the fridge for everyone to see.
Yeah. So mean to Ringo. Oh man, I've missed this. I missed having the morning show. It's been fun. It's been so much fun over the last few months, but and I know we haven't announced it yet, but there's some stuff coming down the pike that
Brewing.
I am super pumped about, and I can't wait to get involved in it. And we have so much to get to today. We've got a great guest. I think we've had this guest recently.
Yeah.
Kim Van Atta, with Tennessee Highway Safety Office. I mean, this is one of the most traveled holidays of the year, so she's going to tell us about some great information that THP recently, I guess, researched and divulged. They put out a press release yesterday. Some really cool information. Also, kind of some safety tips for Thanksgiving travel. I know a lot of folks are already out there on the roads, but if you're not yet, we've got some travel tips for you. On top of that, we've got our top 3 stories. We've got a lot to get to, a lot of news around Middle Tennessee right now. Yeah, tons of news. So
Traffic's a little crazy too, by the way.
Yeah, dude, it's nuts right now. So let's get into it. Why don't we go first to today's weather?
Let's do it. The daily report from Justin. That's me. What's up?
Did you miss that, by the way?
I did, man. I think I would like to think that the audience maybe missed it more.
I mean, it's possible, I guess.
Right. It is definitely a possibility. I'm not going to ask though, so I can't get denied on it. So I'm just going to believe it.
I hear you.
But yeah, today's weather is brought to you by Possibly You. Hit us up if you want to sponsor this, because everybody needs to know weather. It's all around us. The weather today is sunny, high 60, low 30, 0% chance of rain, 36% humidity, UV index 3 out of 10. For everybody who cares about the UV index, a lot of 2s in today's date. If you'll notice, it's 11/22/2022. So, whatever that means. I'm recently crisping into my horoscope.
Ooh,
I'm joking. I'm not really into it, but I have been reading it.
What's your sign?
So mine is Taurus. What is yours?
Okay, I'm a Virgo.
Okay, cool. It's funny because I don't know if you feel this way, but I only care, like, this is gonna sound so horrible, but like about mine. You hear other people.
Oh yeah, I don't ever read anyone else's. I don't care.
Right. It's like when I ask, I'm like, if you're not a Taurus, then like, why am I like? I don't care. I'm just kidding. I'm totally joking, but I mean,
No, you're not. No, it's okay. So Chandler was born on 11/10, and I was like, we couldn't have just waited a day.
Right.
11/11/22. Are you kidding me?
Some could argue that it's pretty unlucky that she. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally.
I mean, 11/11/22 would have been so perfect.
Right. You can also.
I mean,
it would have been cool for you to do that, but
why don't we take a look at traffic, Justin?
Do it. Oh, 1 second. Sorry. Boom.
So real quick, is traffic brought to you by our friends at 50 Forward? I think
they are, yes.
Nashville a nonprofit serving older adults, proud partner with the All of Us research program from the National Institutes of Health. Learn how you can help change the future of health by visiting the website joinallofus.org/50 Forward. That is spell out 50 FIFTY. We've got a couple of accidents. A vehicle fire on Interstate 65 southbound in Davidson County around mile marker 77. That's just past the Briley Parkway entrance on 65. So just before you get to Oak Hill. Yeah, and that's not good. You can see the yellow at the bottom of your screen here on the left.
On the left side?
Yeah, on the left side. That's where the vehicle fire. Wow. The camera's like right. It's like they just saw it.
What an ominous view that is.
That's unfortunate. But yeah, so it looks like the fire is out. That's good.
That's true.
You can see some water coming from, so it looks like maybe the firefighters were able to extinguish the fire.
They just
I'm not
dipped
sure.
out. Didn't even close the door.
They were like deuces.
Yeah.
But yeah, so slow moving traffic there, as you can see. Other issues again on 24 westbound, we've got a disabled vehicle, as well as that has the right shoulder blocked, and then there are 2 here. We've got 2 disabled vehicles actually on 24 coming into town. Yeah, there's that's it right there. That is a problem, is what that is.
Yeah, that's too many lanes blocked. Is how they say it in the
That's
business.
all of them. That's all of the lanes that are blocked. I mean, you can see there where the
Oh
highway
man,
the highway safety.
let's see how far up it goes.
Oh man, that's no good.
Oh, it's going all the way back here. Look, this is the start of it.
Well, that's 65. You're on.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. You need to be up here at the top.
I've lost myself. Oh, here we go. Right?
Yeah, right there. Look how far it goes, all the way back to through Antioch.
This is the one. Okay, so that's where we started.
Yeah.
So look,
it
it goes all
the way down to Antioch.
Gosh, this is where
Those people are like, what's going on?
dude, so I've always come up with this theory, or I've come up with this theory where wouldn't it be cool? You see all this oncoming traffic free as day. It'd be awesome if they could somehow communicate to the people in the back of the line that you're going to be here all day, or if
Like,
it's
get
not
off.
bad, yeah, exactly. Or if it's not that bad, be like, look, you just hang on for a little bit,
Yeah.
like a sign or something, maybe poster board. I don't know, man, but because I feel bad when I pass all of them, and I'm like, wow, you don't even know what you're about.
You have no idea how long you're going to be in this, and it's a long time. I'm sorry.
Seriously,
I
like
hate
whatever
that for
plans you had are not going to happen.
Exactly. And I do hate that.
Right.
It is unfortunate. There's also a multi-vehicle crash at our favorite intersection.
Oh yeah,
440 and 40.
been a lot of love.
Yeah. I mean, so traffic, you said it, traffic is crazy right now, and it is not looking good anywhere.
Right.
North side of town is okay. Coming in from 24 eastbound and 65 southbound, there's a little bit of traffic, but nothing like what you're seeing on the south and eastern sides of town. So there you go. That's your traffic report, brought to you by our friends at 50 Ford. We've got our top 3 stories coming your way here in just a moment. So Mornings on Main Street will return in just a few minutes right after this. So y'all stick with us.
When you're thinking about golf, consider Riverside Golf Links. Under new ownership, the course has improved dramatically. It's now 27 holes, complemented by a 9-hole executive course. Book a tee time now at 615-847-5074 and get ready to enjoy the beauty of golf in the Old Hickory area at Riverside Golf Links. Hey, this is George Plaster, and I'm excited to announce that the second annual Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night is going to happen Monday, November the 28th at the Hermitage Strike and Spare. The 3 charities that will benefit are Last Minute Toy Store, Martha O'Brien Center, and Stars. And our intention is to get them that money so it can do the most amount of good at Christmas time. Now, here's where I need your help. I need you to sign up to play in the most fun charity event you've ever been involved in. Imagine 64 foursomes with 64 sports personalities in the area. As a single player, it's $200. If you get a foursome, it's $800. And what I want you to do is reach out to me via email, plastergeorge@gmail.com, and we'll get you signed up and get you ready and raring to go. Again, that's plastergeorge@gmail.com for a night you will never forget.
For Dustin Timmons and Joey Donnelly, they welcome every opportunity to serve and satisfy their clients. Whether you are looking to build your dream home or renovate your current home, their team will ensure that every client and remodel is unique, luxurious, completed on time, and within budget. Contact them today to set an appointment for a free consultation or to view some of their completed projects by logging on to DonnellyTimmons.com.
A man was critically injured following a crash early Friday morning. Officers at the scene said the victim was driving a pickup truck when he lost control of the vehicle. The pickup veered left and went into a ditch. A front seat passenger was wearing a seatbelt and escaped the crash without injury. The driver was not wearing a seatbelt and was ejected from the truck. He died at the scene. Law enforcement writes tickets to save lives.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
This holiday season, the largest lantern event in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. After sunset, come see more than 1,000 Chinese lanterns. All new designs including mythical beasts, a fantastical North Pole village, even a dragon soaring over your head. Welcome back to Zoo Illumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
Christmas for Kids is back at the Ryman this November 21st. Christmas for Kids provides children with shopping sprees, coats, and unforgettable experiences every year. This annual fundraising concert helps bring that experience to more kids. This year is hosted by Phil Vassar and includes Chris Young. The frontman, which is Richie McDonald, formerly of Lone Star, Larry Stewart of Restless Heart, Tim Rushlow, formerly of Little Texas, Essex County, and a whole lot more. Christmas for Kids, November 21st. To purchase tickets, go right now to Ryman.com.
Welcome back in to Mornings on Main Street. I'm Chris Yao alongside Justin Kulik, and we are glad to have you with us here on this November 22nd edition. It is Tuesday, and it's time for today's top three. Troubled children in the care of Tennessee Department of Children's Services have been forced to sleep on office floors for hundreds of days this year, while some healthy children have been sent for 100-day stays at hospitals because of the department's lack of staff and capacity issues, Commissioner Margie Quinn says. Quinn presented the department's budget request to Governor Bill Lee last week, asking for $75 million more in state dollars to help fill the staffing vacancies, increase child placement capacity, and replace an aging child tracking system. Lee appointed Quinn in July. Lee says he will consider the request, but despite the urgent needs of children in state's care, he's not considering a special session of the legislature to ensure the funding is expedited. Certainly, we have an obligation and a responsibility to serve these children, Lee told reporters last week. I do think there are options available for us to speed this process up, and we'll be looking at those. A total of 896 children have been required to stay overnight in DCS offices across the state since January from a lack of placements available with foster families or treatment facilities, according to the department spokesperson, John Waddell. Children in the state's care have spent a total of 1,966 nights in DCS offices since January. They're in offices right now because there's no placement opportunity, Quinn said. Now, while the department works to find placements appropriate for each child, for some children, placements last a day or two and then they come back to the department. At any given time, Quinn says, about 48 kids are in need of high-end mental health treatment like long-term residential treatment. Occasionally, those children become too disruptive in offices or too much for staffers to manage, and the department has sent children in its care to hospitals for as long as 100 days. Meanwhile, the department is struggling to retain staff. Quinn describes the department's turnover rate for case managers, the staff that work directly with children, as pretty horrific. No less than 47.6% of case managers quit during their first year on the job. Another 25.2% leave during their remaining tenure with the department. Case managers make up 70% of the department's employees. Quinn says the pay range the department is able to offer with its current funding, beginning at $40,000 a year, makes it very difficult to keep staff. And as of November 10th, there are 486 openings across the department, with vacancies hitting some regions harder than others. Davidson County, for example, Quinn says, is woefully understaffed. Lack of staff is even affecting the department's ability to keep up with checks and meeting with children in existing placements. $15.8 million of the department's budget request will go to adjust case manager salaries. Social workers just don't get paid well. It's not a degree, a field that we value in our society, Quinn told Lee. Since joining the department a few months ago, Quinn says she has visited local offices to get feedback from staff to formulate a strategy for staff retention. Part of that will be better job training and stronger support for the first 6 months. Quinn says the shortage of social worker staff is not unique to Tennessee. Counterparts across the country are seeing similar staffing challenges. We have an enormous workforce issue, Lee said. The nation has a workforce issue. Children's Services has felt the brunt of that, and therefore the children that are served by that department. As we were looking at traffic in Interstate 24 last week, morning commuters on Interstate 24 might not have known they were part of the first of its kind research project aimed at making traffic a little less painful. Of course, it certainly hasn't been implemented this morning. But last Monday through Thursday, 100 specially equipped Nissan Rogues and 2 Toyota RAV4s and a Cadillac took to I-24 between 5 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. They ran laps between the Haywood Lane and Sam Ridley Parkway exits on the newly opened I-24 Motion Test Bed. The test bed is a 4-mile strip of I-24 and has 294 ultra-high-definition cameras mounted on poles along the interstate. Middle Tennessee is the only place in the United States with this sort of system, and this project officially opened the test bed. This system is wholly unique. It's going to be an advancing traffic research and advanced technologies that might make traffic better in Tennessee for a long time to come, said Dr. Dan Work, a civil engineering professor at Vanderbilt, who studies how to control traffic issues using vehicles rather than infrastructure. The project was run by the Circles Consortium, which includes Vanderbilt and other universities, in coordination with the Tennessee Department of Transportation, the U.S. Department of Energy, National Science Foundation, Nissan North America, Toyota, General Motors, and researchers from around the globe. This project was based on an earlier research project by Circles Consortium saying that studying phantom jams. Phantom traffic jams are what Work calls traffic jams that seemingly occur without an obvious cause. They're due to the way you and I drive. One small mistake by one driver just amplifies into these huge waves of taillights. Circle's earlier project found that one specifically computer-aided car out of 20 cars on a closed course is enough to reduce stop and go in a way that makes vehicles 40% more fuel efficient. The cars in the test were cars anyone could buy from a dealership with adaptive cruise control, a technology that can change the speed of cruise control automatically, Work said. And additional computer researchers put in the car collected traffic data and to adjust the cruise control settings like maximum speed and distance from the car in front to avoid the cars rushing ahead into a traffic jam. Work said it would take about 6 months to analyze the data, including getting how many other vehicles were on I-24 in the last week. Per day, Work said I-24 handles 150,000 to 170,000 vehicles with an average lane handling of 2,200 to 2,400 vehicles per hour. Drivers came from people the researchers knew, friends, those people, and friends of those who work. It included researchers from other schools, members of transportation coalitions, and even rideshare operators from the airport. For all the folks that drive on the freeway every day, I feel your pain, Work said. What we're trying to do here is advance technologies that might one day make that roadway run a little bit smoother. And finally, news out of Clarksville. Tennessee Governor Bill Lee, Department of Economic Community Development Commissioner Stuart McWhorter, and LG Chem officials announced yesterday the company's plan to invest approximately $3.2 billion to establish a new cathode manufacturing facility in Clarksville, which will support the electric vehicle battery value chain in the United States. LG Chem's anticipated investment of approximately $3.2 billion represents the single largest announced foreign direct investment in Tennessee's history. The project is expected to create 860 new jobs in Montgomery County. The Clarksville facility will be the largest of its kind in the United States and is expected to produce roughly 120,000 tons of material annually by 2027, which is enough to power batteries in 1.2 million electric vehicles with a range of 310 miles per charge. The current plan is for the state-of-the-art facility to be constructed on 420 acres at the Allenworth site in Clarksville. Construction is slated to begin in the first quarter of 2023, and the plant is scheduled to be in production by the second half of 2025. Once operational, the facility will produce materials which are of the most critical ingredients for manufacturing electric vehicle batteries. The Tennessee site will play a critical role in LG Chem's strategy to increase its battery materials business by producing advanced NCMA cathode materials containing nickel, cobalt, manganese, and aluminum for next generation EV batteries with improved battery capacity and stability. In addition, the Clarksville facility will feature LG Chem's most advanced production technology, including the ability to produce more than 10,000 tons of material per line, the industry's highest. It also plans to implement its smart factory technology in Tennessee to automate the entire production process and establish a quality analysis and control system that will be used as a benchmark for other plants around the world. The new facility will be designed with the environment and future needs of clean energy in mind. LG Chem will collaborate with power suppliers in Tennessee to respond to the demands of customers, including battery and electric vehicle manufacturers, for more renewable energy sources. Operation of the new facility will rely completely on renewable energy provided by solar and hydroelectric power. And that is it for today's top 3. Phew, I need a drink of water after
That was
that.
well done, sir.
Took a minute. But great work there for those stories. You can find them mainstreet-nashville.com. Great work by Vivian Jones and Ashley Parham. And of course, mainstreetclarksville.com as well. You can find all of that. Just go to mainstreetmediatn.com. You can find news from around the entire mid-state. It's all right there on one website. It's pretty easy. And of course, follow us on Twitter as well. All
Do
right.
it.
Now we have a special guest set to join us, or scheduled to join us at 10:30. That is Kim Van Atta. She's not with us just yet, but we are going to take a break. And there she is. How about that?
That's awesome.
We're going to take a break. And when we come back, Kim will join us from the Tennessee Highway Safety Office and talk about some Thanksgiving travel. So stick around right here on Mornings on Main Street, Main Street Media TV.
The high school football season is here, and nobody handles Friday nights better than Main Street Media. Here's Zach Womble with details.
That's the name of the game here at Main Street Media and Main Street Preps. Is, we've been doing this for a long time now, and I think you hit on it. We've got an army of reporters across all of Middle Tennessee. I think there's about 130 schools in the Middle Tennessee area, and we try to cover all of them. We cover about 11, 12 counties at this point. And those Friday night shows, it's we're gonna show that off. We're gonna showcase the talent that we have on the field with reporters across several mid-state games on the weekly basis. So whether you're in Williamson County, whether you're in Giles County or Murray County or Montgomery or Robertson or anywhere in between, we're gonna have you covered from 6 to 11.
Friday Night Live is presented by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, where fans don't let fans drive drunk.
This is Eric Berner with Rock Castle Wealth Advisors. I help people in the pursuit of making their money live as long as they do. People hire me because I use a customized, individualized, and personal approach for the person I'm working with. Everyone's situation is different. If you've lost a spouse or a parent and want to make sure your inheritance is utilized and does not just disappear, I can help with that. Call me at 615-235-1058 or email Eric at rockcastlewealth.com.
Buddy Allen, it's a tradition. Come on into our store. Buddy Allen, it's a heritage for 40 years and more. What makes a house kind of special? Close friends walking in the door. Flowers blooming in the springtime and little children playing on a Buddy Allen floor.
This is attorney Bart Durham, and this is me. I'm Aaliyah. Keeping in good physical condition is really important to me. But when I had a wreck with a tractor-trailer truck that hurt my legs so bad I couldn't work for almost a year, I knew I needed a lawyer that understood tractor-trailer cases. So I called Bart. Bart gets millions of dollars for his clients every year.
At Bart Durham Injury Law, we've handled hundreds of tractor-trailer cases.
My dad and I want to help. Give us a call at 615-242-9000.
Welcome back into Mornings on Main Street, taking a look there at Broadway and 2nd Avenue as the new Chief Bar, Eric Church's new bar, is being constructed there on the corner of Broadway and 2nd. It's a fantastic Tuesday here in Nashville, and we are so glad to have you guys with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We are now pleased to be joined by Tennessee Highway Safety Officer's Kim Van Atta. Kim, how are you? Good to see you again.
I'm doing great. Love holiday weeks.
Absolutely. This is the most wonderful time of the year, unless you're a traveler. Traveling can be tough this time of the year, and that's what we want to talk about with you today. Traveling, it's so important to keep our highways safe and clear in the holiday season, and that is what the Tennessee Highway Safety Office is encouraging travelers to do this season.
We would like to keep the crashes clear. We can't keep the streets clear because families are going to see families, and it's fantastic. This is a great time of year. Everybody gets together, Thanksgiving and Christmas. And it is so important that we remain safe on the roads. We did just get some news yesterday that we are a high use state for seatbelts, over 90% in Tennessee. We'd like to get it up to 100, but we're not there yet. Still working on it. But the fact that we're a high use state is big. We just need to remember that we need to buckle up in the front seat and the back seat, and that the children need to be in their booster seats. That's a big deal as well. So the seatbelt is a big issue on the roads. And then football in Tennessee is huge. We're starting the state tournament, the high school state tournament. And then, of course, Thanksgiving is family day, but it's also football day. So the drinking comes into play there.
Yeah, absolutely. I was reading through this press release that was sent out yesterday about the seatbelt usage, and it is phenomenal. 90.49% of drivers in a study done by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office were using seatbelts, including 92.2% of front seat passengers. Of course, that was a little higher than drivers, a little odd there, but really impressive that the work that you guys have done to highlight how important it is, because again, as you see there on your screen, 52% of passengers killed in traffic crashes in 2020 during the Thanksgiving holiday in 2020 were unrestrained. And the statistics obviously are better if you have a seatbelt on while you're driving.
And that data has been proven. And there are people that will say that they don't want to be trapped inside a car, but the odds of fatality occurring if you're ejected are much higher than they are if you are restrained inside the car. You can be removed from the car, but if you're ejected, your chances are a lot less for survival.
No question there. At this point, year to date, we've actually seen fewer traffic fatalities across the state, about, 50 fewer, actually, exactly. So, obviously you don't want to see that number in the 4 digits. You don't want to see that number at all. But the work that you guys are doing is certainly paying off to some degree, especially in data, in that, there are fewer traffic fatalities in the state of Tennessee, despite most of the state having more residents and more people on the road in the 2022.
And it is great that we have reduced fatalities, and we had a tough September, but we're still in negative in November. Unfortunately, I am the bicycle and pedestrian safety coordinator as well. Mm-hmm. And pedestrian fatalities are very high right now. Tennessee is on an upward trend, and we're really trying hard to reduce this. Part of this is because we have more pedestrians, which is good, mm-hmm. because people are out walking, and that's healthy. But we also have to have safe pedestrians, which means safe motorists. And we have to really pay attention to our pedestrians because they're not very well seen at night, especially. They need to be in reflective gear. We don't want to discourage walking or biking, but we just we see those statistics go up. We're really concerned about it. So we need to really, really communicate about that.
Yes, you're right. The level of, I guess, the fact that more people are moving here and populations are growing in Middle Tennessee specifically, and it's so important that we're watching out for those folks, because it's not something that maybe people in some of these outlying areas, like where I live in Columbia, Murray County is not used to having pedestrians. We don't have a lot of sidewalks and that sort of thing. And obviously they're making strides in building those, but you just have to be really aware of your surroundings anytime you're in a vehicle, but specifically, when there's a high traffic area of folks being outside potentially.
Right. And I live downtown Nashville, and at one point downtown Nashville was on the weekends. Mm-hmm. Downtown Nashville is 24/7 right now. So they're everywhere downtown. So they are walking across the street mid-block. Usually people don't want to walk to the crosswalks. So we just need to be careful. Pedestrians, and I say that pedestrians, I don't want to victim blame at all, but pedestrians are going to lose in that battle between car and pedestrian every time. So the pedestrians really need to pay attention to the vehicles. So
Kim, every day we pull up the Broadway cams and we watch people run across the street, not in the crosswalks. And it's just like, I just wouldn't have it. It's a 4-lane highway, basically. I mean, I know people are not traveling very fast, but I'm not going to be caught in the middle of the road. It's just not, but we watch people do it every single day, Kim, every day.
That's right. And it's of course, impaired driving is an issue. The booze it and lose it. We have that, but we also have impaired walking. So now that's a bad combination on Broad. You have impaired driving and impaired walking. That's disastrous.
Yeah,
so
you have to be very careful.
When we get the seatbelt up to 90%, we'd like for it to be 100, and then something else occurs. So my job is very safe because this is not going away.
Absolutely not. And that's, obviously you would want it to. You want there to be no fatalities on the road, but that's just not something that is really even achievable. But trying to minimize in any way possible, which is just, if you're a pedestrian wearing reflective clothing, that would be fantastic. We would appreciate that. Drivers being aware of their surroundings. And for those of you who are driving, make sure everybody in the car is safely buckled in. I mean, in the back seat, if you've got kids, we just went to the local fire station to have them, make sure our car seats were in good and we got them situated correctly. And it's just so important. Just, to make sure that you are properly restrained inside your vehicles, no matter what kind of vehicle you're in.
No, that is a great point that you just brought up, because some of these car seats are difficult to install. So
no, you're not kidding.
You really don't need to count on you knowing how to do it, but the law enforcement agencies and the fire departments will help you with the installation, because if it's improperly installed, that's more dangerous than if they're just out. Because something could happen. So it's really important that, again, the instructions are very difficult to read on some of these. They don't make it easy for us, but.
Oh, we were there for like an hour because we had 2 car seats, but we were there for a good 45 minutes to an hour because it is so difficult, and they want to make sure that everything is properly, installed. And when we left there, we felt so good because our daughter was born on November 10th. And we did it just before that. Thank you. And that was kind of, we wanted to feel confident that when we left the hospital, if something were to happen, that she was going to be safe and our other daughter was going to be safe. And we did. And that's, those are the things that you can do. Just making sure that you're taking responsibility for, the people in your car. If you're the driver, if you are, the adult in the car, you've got teenagers in there, make sure they're properly secured. That's all we're asking, right?
It's not too much to ask at all. First thing I do when I get behind the wheel is buckle, and then I make sure everybody else is buckled before I even take off.
Well, seatbelts do save lives, and the data, like you said, Kim, is there to prove it. And we appreciate what you guys do at the Tennessee Highway Safety Office. Like you said, a lot of folks from Middle Tennessee. I think we have 5 Middle Tennessee private schools who will be making the trip to Chattanooga on next week on Thursday for the state championship games. So, there are going to be a lot of folks making that trip from the mid-state to Chattanooga to Finley Stadium, and we want them all to be safe as well, because it's a long way to go on the highway, and like you said, it's football time in Tennessee, and we want everyone to get there and get home safely.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for taking your time with us, and thank you to the Tennessee Highway Safety Office for supporting what we're doing here at Main Street Media.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Justin, let's take a quick break. When we come back, National Calendar Day, we'll give you some tips on Thanksgiving travel as well right after this on Main Street Media Television.
When I made the decision to host the Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night, Strike and Spare is where I turned. And what a wise decision that turned out to be. They have 5 locations in our area with family attractions. They're perfect for birthdays, groups and corporate outings, and holiday parties. For more info, it's simple. Go to strikeandspare.com.
Christmas for Kids is back at the Ryman this November 21st. Christmas for Kids provides children with shopping sprees, coats, and unforgettable experiences every year. This annual fundraising concert helps bring that experience to more kids. This year is hosted by Phil Vassar and includes Chris Young. The frontman, which is Richie McDonald, formerly of Lone Star, Larry Stewart of Restless Heart, Tim Rushlow, formerly of Little Texas, Essex County, and a whole lot more. Christmas for Kids, November 21st. To purchase tickets, go right now to Ryman.com.
A man was critically injured following a crash early Friday morning. Officers at the scene said the victim was driving a pickup truck when he lost control of the vehicle. The pickup veered left and went into a ditch. A front seat passenger was wearing a seatbelt and escaped the crash without injury. The driver was not wearing a seatbelt and was ejected from the truck. He died at the scene. Law enforcement writes tickets to save lives.
This holiday season, the largest lantern event in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. After sunset, come see more than 1,000 Chinese lanterns. All new designs including mythical beasts, a fantastical North Pole village, even a dragon soaring over your head. Welcome back to Zoo Illumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
Hit After Hit has become the baseball store in Tennessee. They have over 1,000 different models of gloves and over 1,500 wood bats. They also have several Iron Mike pitching machines as well as a Hit Tracks machine. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. We're proud to call Hit After Hit the official shirt provider of the Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night.
This is Eric Berner with Rockcastle Wealth Advisors. I help people in the pursuit of making their money live as long as they do. People hire me because I use a customized, individualized, personal approach for the person I'm working with. Everyone's situation is different. One area I can help with is if you are newly or nearly retired, or maybe have changed jobs and have an old 401k account. You may need more information to help you clearly understand your options. Call me at 615-235-1058 or email eric@rockcastlewealth.com.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
What a beautiful day here in downtown Nashville. Downtown Nashville is looking mighty fine, as is the rest of Middle Tennessee. Glad to have you with us here on Mornings on Main Street. I'm Chris Yao, and I am so glad to be back with you as we are counting down to the end of this Tuesday show. We've got tomorrow's show as well. Then we'll take a break for Thanksgiving, and then we'll be back with you again. So, Justin.
Yo.
I like that quarter zip there.
Thanks, man. I got it straight from Mike Vrabel's closet.
It looks like it. I don't think it would look like that if that was Mike Vrabel's. It would probably swallow you whole.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a little bit wider than you are.
Yep, being an ex-NFL player, just a little bit bigger. Probably lifts more than him, though.
Yeah, well, got a couple of things I want to get to before we get out of here. Some Thanksgiving travel tips, which, are exciting to say the least. If you're out there and you're on the road, you're 150 million people traveling by car this Thanksgiving season. It's real simple. Get gas. Get gas before you go. Don't wait until you're on the road. It's not a good idea. Although in Athens, Alabama, just about 40 miles south of here. Yeah, about 40 miles south of here, new Buc-ee's just opened on Monday.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. So, and 40 miles, not far enough, not too far to travel for some fudge or beef jerky. It's just
or
not.
Every single. I mean, they sell everything there. Antiques.
Yeah. You can get
little gophers.
There used to be a song called there still is a song. It didn't just disappear from the planet. it still exists out there, but
it was outlawed.
Yeah, but it was called Honky Tonk Feed Store, Gun Shop, Used Car, Beer Bait, Barbecue, Barbershop, and Laundromat. That is 100% Buc-ee's.
That's crazy. You remembered all that.
Oh yeah, it's Dixie Rose Deluxes.
Wow. No, it's like that. Though. It really is, man.
It really is. You can get a pellet grill and some diesel.
You know how many? Do you know how many pumps they have?
Over 100.
So it's 128.
That's insane.
Like most pumps most gas stations, I feel like don't even have 28. Well, we have 100 more than that.
Yeah, we're not playing around. No waiting. That's the one place you don't have to worry about. Like if you're planning on stopping at Buc-ee's, you can probably get gas.
Exactly. Yeah. Without it being busy.
If you're traveling with little ones, be prepared for possible scenarios like meltdowns or boredom. So make sure that you pack snacks. Consider a fun box, like a weekly peel container to put a few finger snacks in, like Goldfish, Cheez-Its, etc. It's a good idea.
Like, hey kid, get in your fun box.
Yeah,
and the box.
Open the fun box and shut up.
Yeah, you're being really loud. I'm gonna put you inside of a box. It's gonna be fun for me.
Inside the fun box.
Inside the fun box we go.
You can also read aloud. This is a travel tip. Reading aloud while driving enjoyable for everyone. I'm okay if you say so. You can play simple games like I Spy or crayons with coloring books. Did you ever play the license plate game, or the alphabet? Look at signs and find a letter that started with, like, a word that started with A, and then the next person find something that starts with B.
We did a similar game to the alphabet game. We would do like categories, like I would say best action movies or something, and then we start from at A, and the first person goes. They have to say a movie that starts with A, and then next person does B, and the next does If you mess up twice, then you're out. But if you mess up, then the next person has to get your letter. Like they have to have one for that letter that you messed up on.
Man, that's a good game. I might try that one. Try that one. I like it. Yeah, so those are just some holiday traveling tips. Do what?
Did you do a game?
We were signs and try to find a word on a sign that started with A and then the next one with B, and you could use license plates, but it had the first letter of the license plate. Otherwise, you couldn't use it.
I see.
And let
Do
me
you ever
tell
play
you,
it?
unless there's a Quiznos around, Q is not easy to find.
Oh man, Q's hard in every category, especially X2. X is impossible. Probably not for a license plate, but for anything else.
It's rough. It's rough. Well, let's take a look at today's national calendar. What do you say? It is today Humane Society Anniversary Day. So this is the anniversary of humane societies. The first humane society in the United States opening. So that's exciting. Also, I know this show is very pet oriented at times. So you know, we love humane societies here.
Absolutely.
But it's also Go for a Ride Day, and what a perfect day to utilize all of these tips that we have given you. All of these safety tips. It's like, what a perfect day. I mean, it literally could not have been a better day.
Seriously, everybody should be thankful for this awesome day because you're right. I mean, we gave a lot of tips. None of them involved like how to drive a car, but the rest of it's all leading up to it, you know?
That's right.
Seatbelt,
right.
the games prepared, the fun box for your child.
And we haven't done this day in history in a long time, Justin, but do you know what happened 59 years ago today?
No, I do not.
The assassination of John F. Kennedy.
Oh, I did see that actually on Twitter this morning.
Yep. So
Tough.
now you know it's been a fantastic show today. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. A lot of great news, a lot of great information. Kim Van Atta of the Tennessee Highway Safety Office joined us. We talked about Thanksgiving. I even gave you a recipe for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Box of Jiffy, 16 ounces of sour cream,
Family secret.
a stick of butter, 1 can of cream corn, 1 can of whole kernel corn, drained it. You got to drain the whole kernel corn. Put it all in a crock pot. Turn it on. Let her rip. It's delicious.
Yeah. Good show, better vibes.
There you go. That's going to do it. We'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. here on Mornings on Main Street. Justin Kulik, Chris Yao. See you then.
See y'all.